Greetings, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Shalom Sports Podcast with Jack and Jurl. I'm Jurl Hoover. I'm here with Jack Myers. How are you doing today, Jack?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thanks for joining me today. We're a little bit late this week. We weren't able to do it yesterday due to some scheduling conflicts, but we're happy to be on here today, Thursday, March 6th. So, Jack, March. What's that mean?
March Madness.
March Madness,
which is
that's right.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we both love basketball, and we both love the time of year in March where just tons of basketball games in college basketball, and so we look forward to watching those games this year. But we wanted to bring you up to date on what's happening in the world of sports here at Shalom Christian Academy. So we're going to start with our wrestling program. As those of you know, we have a co-op with Shippensburg High School, and we had 4 participants this year, but our freshman, Olivia Kearns, has qualified for the postseason, Jack, and she's doing really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's having a great season. She is actually, I think, only has one loss. She's 31-1 on the year.
Yeah, that's
as a freshman, is pretty phenomenal at any level, but particularly at the freshman level. So this past weekend, Jack, she wrestled in districts, and she ended up winning the district title in the 112-pound class, which is pretty special. She ended up taking down the defending state champ.
Yeah, which is a senior.
Who's a senior.
Crazier.
Yeah, so well done, Olivia. And now her season continues now as she will start wrestling in the state tournament. And that starts today, Jack. It's going to be today, tomorrow, and Saturday, depending on how well she does. She could wrestle all the way to Saturday. But it's going to start today, and so we wish Olivia the best of luck as she's going to be taking on the top competitors in the state. And hopefully she can continue her great season that she's had so far. So we're going to cheer Olivia on for that. Also, Jack, I found out that she was chosen, obviously, with the 31-1 record. Mid-Penn All-Conference team, first team. So that's an exciting award as well.
If you're a freshman and you're 31-1, I don't know why you wouldn't be on the first team.
I mean, I hear Penn State has a really good wrestling program, so maybe she'll wrestle at Penn State. But that'd be kind of cool. Who knows? But the future's bright for Olivia, and best of luck to her as she wrestles in the state championships and at the Giant Center, Jack. So we've been pretty familiar with the Giant Center with our basketball teams, and we'll get into that a little bit more here.
Are you going to see that today or no?
No, because wrestling's weird. Not weird, but it's just different. Like, there's different times. And
it lasts only like 3 minutes.
Yeah, and it's really quick. And so, unfortunately, it doesn't suit me to go. I don't know if Mr. Roseman will head down or not, but it'd be nice to see some people from Shalom come out and support her. I'm sure her family will be there and maybe a few friends. So that'll be nice for her to have a cheering squad. So now we're going to turn our attention to basketball. Middle school's over for the season, but our varsity teams, Jack, they've extended their season, haven't they?
They did the state tournament, which is awesome. Yeah,
so that's pretty cool. We're going to start with the girls. They are 17-7 overall in the season, and since our last episode, Jack, they played in the PIAA District 3 championship game. So that was pretty cool. Were you at that game?
No, I wasn't.
You weren't there. You were at the boys' game, but not the girls. Yeah. So if you didn't know, last Wednesday, our girls team played at the Giant Center at 4:30, and they were taking on York Catholic, the Fighting Irish, in the PIAA District 3 Double-A championship game. Close game in the first half, Jack. Keeping it close. We trailed by 1 heading into the locker room at halftime, but it kind of got away from us in the third quarter, unfortunately, as the Fighting Irish from York Catholic, they held an 18-7 advantage in the third quarter. So
this team is awesome, this York Catholic Fighting Irish.
Yeah, lots of history. Just must be well coached. Have a great tradition there.
I wouldn't be surprised if that coach was the same the entire
for all those teams. Yeah, it'd be interesting to find that out. I'm not sure if he was or not, but man, they are a powerhouse down in there. But our girls fought hard. Emily Reebok led the team with 13 points, followed by Addison Adams with 10 and Maya Lehman with 6. And then Juliana Myers came up big with some rebounds against a taller York Catholic team. And so it was just a little bit too much there to overcome in that third quarter. I think they got as close as 7 maybe in the fourth quarter, but ended up falling 39-55 in that game.
That's tough. It's tough when you're down by 1 and then you lose by more than that.
Yeah. And but the girls fought hard, and just a great experience just to make it that far in our first year in PIAA.
Make the state tournament too.
Qualify for the state tournament.
They can still win it.
Yep, so there's still a lot of basketball that can be played yet for the girls, and we wish them best of luck. Starting as early as tomorrow, Jack. Unfortunately, by losing that district championship game, giving them the number 2 seed. They got to travel to Philadelphia tomorrow, which is quite a ride down there to West Philadelphia High School.
Yeah.
It's going to be a neutral site as they take on, let me get this right here, Science Leadership Academy at the Bieber campus. Now, that's a kind of a mouthful. So, Science Leadership Academy, they are the number 1 seed out of District 12, and that District 12 region is like inner Philly, like right downtown
so
Philly.
this is going to be really tough.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a pretty tough game for our girls, especially having to travel probably good
to Philadelphia.
Yeah, to Philadelphia, probably 2.5, 3 hour drive. So it's going to be tough, but hey, you never know. You just, sometimes areas like in this area, particularly with the Mid-Penn, lots of tougher basketball, maybe not quite as stiff a competition in other areas. So you just never know. But being that they're the number 1 seed, I'm sure they had a great year and are pretty solid
and
team.
District 12, which is known for basketball.
Is that right? Yeah, inner Philly. So, we're hoping to live stream that game because it's so far away. We don't think there'll be that many people there, but we're hoping to live stream that game. So hopefully we can do that people can get on and watch us, at least watch the game, and cheer on the Flames, even though if they don't want to make the drive down to Philly.
Yeah.
We're even giving everybody off school, so nobody should have an excuse not to go, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So best of luck to our girls. If they win tomorrow, or should I say when they win, we're gonna go with the confident answer. They're going to take on the winner of Williams Valley, the number 1 seed out of District 11. They're taking on Northeast Bradford, the number 2 seed out of District 4. Shalom will play the winner of that game in the second round on Tuesday, March 11th. So obviously, I think at this point, nothing's really decided at this point as far as I think you have to wait till the games play out, and then they determine then like the location, if it's a higher seed host or if they look at neutral sites kind of in between the 2 schools so that no team has to travel. Because once you get to this level, Jack, I mean, you're playing teams from all over the state. So, you want to have teams traveling like 4 hours, but so you try to come up with maybe a neutral site.
Yeah.
I know Caches has been a neutral site in the past. I remember a couple years ago.
I know, it's really cool. The varsity boys are playing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I know Caches, being that they have the nice facilities over there, I know they've hosted a neutral site game at States a couple times, so it's just nice when they can work out where both
it's
teams
only
don't
like
have to
15 minutes away, so
so that's pretty cool for us. So you're listening to the Shalom Sports Podcast with Jack and Juro, and we're here giving you a kind of bring you up to date on what's happening in the sports world here at Shalom. Just finished up the varsity girls. Now we'll talk about the varsity boys, Jack. They're having a great season as well. Their last game, Jack, they played in the District 3 championship game at the Giant Center last week. I know you and I called that game. That was pretty fun, wasn't it?
That was really fun. Just the environment there.
Yeah, just to be on that floor at the Giant Center.
Hopefully we'll do it again.
Absolutely. It's not going to be our last time.
Yeah, that's not going to be our last time.
Yeah.
This year, it's not going to be our last time.
Well, yeah, this year. Well, that's true. We could still even play back there this year.
I wonder how they picked the Giant Center again, because, that's in District 3, and we played there for a chance.
I think it's more the central location. Because we're in central Pennsylvania, I think we have an advantage because of being centrally located in the state. I think that definitely helps. Could be availability of the arena, cost. I mean, there's probably a lot of factors that go into the Giant Center. But
I mean, and it's huge.
It is big. It's very big. So, and a great facility. They're great hosts. They have an announcer who does an excellent job. Just good parking, easy access for traveling. But in that boys game, Shalom taking on the High Point Baptist Eagles last week. Unfortunately, it didn't go quite our way, Jack, did it?
No, we lost 52-60. So it was tough. We trailed 14-10 at the end of the first quarter, and then 32-15 at halftime. Which it's tough to be down by 17 at halftime.
17 points down.
But I think we got back to 4.
Yeah, we did.
In the third, fourth quarter.
I think it was sometime there in the fourth, maybe about halfway through the fourth quarter or towards the later half of that fourth quarter, we did pull it within 4. But like you said, a 17-point deficit. And Shalom has had a history of coming back in championship games. We've done it before. We were down 16 one time in the MDCC
I think that was with the Caleb and Connor Roseman. Was that
might have been. I think it was Caleb. Yeah. They were both on the team, but I think it was Caleb's senior year.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So that was an exciting game. But that second quarter for the Flames, it kind of got away from them. We only scored 5 points in that quarter, Jack. That's not good. That's not good. And so, I think you and I called that game, so we got a good perspective. But I felt like rebounding was the big difference. We just didn't do a good job rebounding. We
struggled
that game.
Rebounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that allowed.
Ethan Huber's definitely kept us in the game, though.
Yeah.
He might have had 20 points.
Yeah, I couldn't find any stats on that game, but I know at least one point he had 16.
Yeah, I saw he had 18, but I'm not sure if he got another 2 or not.
Yeah, so Ethan played well in that game, and one of the seniors on the team. But, with the rebounding, High Point Baptist, they would get their second and third chance opportunities and usually convert them into points, and it just ended up being too much to overcome for the Flames. But hey, hats off to them. I mean, to get it back to within 4, ended up losing by 8. I mean, respectable. They showed a lot of gut there. Just a lot of perseverance trying to come back.
Yeah.
And
I was watching the Pacers game the other day. And it was in like the fourth quarter, and it showed the rebounds, and it was like the Rockets had 51 rebounds, and the Pacers had 27 rebounds. I was like, how are we winning? We won that game by like 13, but I don't know how we won.
Yeah, sometimes it's weird how that works out, but it's crazy. So
I think if you can score the ball, rebounds take a.
Yeah.
If you can score every possession.
Because you can get a bunch of rebounds, but if you don't get putbacks off those rebounds, it really doesn't matter how it goes. But
you need to score. That's
right. Yeah. So even though it didn't go as expected, the boys got a good experience playing on the floor at the Giants Center. So hopefully that experience will pay off in the future. Maybe even as early as this year, Jack. Maybe we make a good run here in States. But talking about States, our boys are playing this Friday at 7 o'clock at Cash's, like we were talking about earlier. So that's kind of cool that they get to play at Cash's. PIAA, their requirements that a gym has to seat so many people for PIAA state playoff games, and so we're unable to have that game here at Shalom. But Mr. Roseman was able to secure Cash's for us, which that'll be an exciting game Friday night, which will be tomorrow night actually, March 7th at Cash's at 7 p.m. They're going to take off Lourdes Regional.
I saw their record. They only have like 7 wins. But that shows that they might have played like 6A schools.
Correct. We don't know what kind of schools they played.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think they're located District 4, I think is right above District 3. So it's kind of north central Pennsylvania. They're one of the southern schools in that region, so they're not like terribly far away from us. I think they might be like less than 2 hours away from us.
But they could have played really big schools.
Yeah, we don't know who they play, but I think actually have a losing record overall.
Yeah, they do. It's like 7-15.
But can't let that factor in. We got to go in thinking they're undefeated, and we need to come with our A game.
If you think, they're 7-15, it's not the right attitude.
Yeah. So and when we win that game, Jack, right? We're going to be positive. When we win that game tomorrow, their next game will be next Tuesday, March 11th, and they will play the winner of. We get this all right. Chester Charter Scholars Academy, the number 1 seed out of District 1.
I don't know what you have to do to name that.
Sounds pretty impressive. And interesting, they're going to take on Ephrata Mennonite.
Which we've already beat Ephrata Mennonite.
The number 5 seed out of District 3, which we played Ephrata Mennonite in the District 3 quarter round. Quarterfinal game.
We won by 8, I think.
Yeah, won by 8. So it'd be interesting how that will work out, that potentially we can maybe play a team that we've already played.
Yeah,
but
really cool.
I really heard that this Chester Charter School is really good, so we'll have to see what happens there. But potentially our season could be extended into next week for both boys and girls. We hope that happens. But just follow us on social media, get on our website for updates on what happens after the games tomorrow, and then probably get those updated over the weekend to find out.
The problem with this is if you lose, your season's over. So.
Unfortunately, your season's over.
You gotta win.
Gotta survive in advance. That's what they call that, Jack. Just like the NCAA tournament. Yeah. Survive in advance. Like get past this one, get to the next one, try to survive that one, get to the next one. And you never know. You can get on a little bit of a run here, get hot at the right time.
Yeah.
Lots of things can happen. So that brings you up to date on what's happening currently here in the sports world at Shippensburg, at Shalom Christian Academy. But some other topics we're going to talk about. Spring sports has started this week, Jack, with tryouts for middle school girls soccer and varsity boys baseball, along with a new sport this spring.
Track and field. Where's that going to be at?
Track and field. I'm not even sure. I know they're practicing here right now. But I think maybe I don't know that we were going to technically have home meets. We've been kind of invited to some invitationals.
Yeah.
I know one is at James Buchanan. I heard Mr. Roseman say. I think he told me the other one, but I got lots of stuff in my head. I couldn't remember it.
Nicole Diller is doing everything. Cross country, varsity girls.
Yeah.
I don't know how she gets.
She likes coaching.
All this time in.
Plus managing a family of 6. That's
wow.
Crazy.
She likes sports.
She does like sports. And so, she told me the other day, because of this week with basketball still going on as well as drama this week, so there's some kids that haven't come out for cross country, but she thinks they might have close to 30 kids.
Wow.
After this week, so that's pretty cool. I mean, track and field's an interesting sport. It's a team sport, but it's individual. So it'll be interesting how that all works out. We're just happy to kind of have a season here. It's not going to be a huge season, but have a couple invitationals that we'll go to.
And this leads on to future years.
Yeah, it'll build from here. And even with these couple of these invitationals that we're going to, Jack, depending on how well our students do, they can qualify for postseason, districts and states. So that would be kind of cool. If we can continue our tradition of qualifying for the postseason play here. That's been pretty cool. We've been blessed this year with successful teams, and we know that's not going to happen every year, but this year it's been fun and exciting, and we just enjoyed the moment, right?
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah. So, speaking of March Madness, that brings us to college basketball. You probably don't want to talk about the Iowa State Cyclones today.
Yeah, they lost Tuesday, double overtime.
Double overtime.
At home,
that's crazy.
That's the only that's the second loss we've had all year with every single person on the team healthy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But
March. You lost to Auburn, which Auburn's down there.
Well, they're number one. Yeah,
but they're not anymore.
They lost the other night.
Yeah, Duke's going to be number 1.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Unless North Carolina beats them.
When North Carolina beats them, what are you talking about? We're 6. We've won our last 6 in a row, Jack. Man, we're rolling.
I saw a stat. It was maybe a week ago. It was I think it was before their win versus Miami, and they have less than 1% chance to make the tournament.
Ooh, yeah. I think it's all going to come down to can they beat Duke? If they can beat Duke.
And they make a decent run.
And make an okay run in the tournament. Beating Duke, I think, will go a long way. If they lose to Duke, they're probably going to have to win the ACC tournament to qualify. But which isn't, could be possible, but that would be a tall task because they're going to have to win 4 games probably in the tournament.
Yeah. The problem with the tournament is, so Iowa State, last year, when they win the whole tournament, it takes all that time they have from Saturday until Thursday to get ready. So it's kind of tough because maybe they're already going to get into the tournament. Yeah. So
they're in no matter what.
Would you rather have some rest?
Yeah, that's always the debate, I think. Yeah. Do you not do so well in the if you've already qualified, do you not?
I think the tournaments should be earlier, the conference tournaments.
Yeah, it's always hard, but that's just the way it's always been. And you had a team like NC State last year.
Yeah, I know. They won the whole thing, and then that brought them into the Final Four.
Yeah, which is crazy. That's what happens when you,
DJ Burns Jr.,
the big guy for the Wolfpack. But it just tells you what can happen. If the team gets hot at the right time, you can go a long way. You ride that momentum, and I hope that's what happens with our boys and girls teams here at Shalom.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
I was
going
to say North Carolina was
Well, Tario, that would be fun too, but we just beat Duke. I think that would kind of save the season, I think, beating Duke. But which the way they've been playing lately, possibility. Duke's really, really good. They're tall. I think their shortest player's 6'6".
Is that I think his first name starts with a K. Con.
Yeah, I don't really know their players so well this year, but I just know Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, but
Tyrese Proctor.
Yeah, conference tournaments next week for NCAA, and then followed by the NCAA tournament.
It's gonna be really exciting.
Yeah. Do you fill out brackets each year, Jack?
Oh yeah, I felt like.
Yeah, brackets are always fun, but then I hate it. Then you cross out all these teams. You have a team that you had going far to Final Four or something, and then you lose in the first round, and you got to cross them out the whole way through the bracket.
That happened to Purdue. So we were in Tennessee, and we were watching the Purdue Fairleigh Dickinson game.
Oh, yeah.
And my brother, we do for our family. So everybody, and I think 4 people that year had Zach Edey and Purdue going the whole way.
No way.
And they all lost. Yeah.
That was a
No,
116 upset, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the second time ever.
Second time ever. Yeah.
You know the first? Who
I
was
do.
the first time?
Virginia and University of Baltimore or University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. So yeah, things like that I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't remember what I did yesterday, but I can remember the 16
Don't know what I ate for
upsets.
breakfast this
Yeah,
morning.
that's right. That's right. So, thanks for coming on today, Jack. Hope you had fun. Anything else you want to add?
Well, I'm going to Chicago.
That's right.
Yeah.
I did hear that.
And I'm gonna go to DePaul game, DePaul Georgetown. It's gonna be on FS1, and I'm in the second row. So
yeah, you'll have to have wear something
Shalom banner.
Shalom, wear something bright so you
Yeah.
can stick out on TV.
Neon.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. And then, are you doing any NBA games while you're there?
Yeah, we're gonna go to on Monday. We're going to a Pacers Bulls game.
Nice. Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Does Kobe White still play for the Bulls?
Yeah, he does.
Tar Heel.
He was a Tar Heel.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah, he had like 20 points in like the first quarter the other day.
Wow. Yeah.
But then he didn't really do anything.
Yeah, he's one. He seems like he's up and down. Like he has these really good games, but then there's games where he doesn't.
Yeah, the Bulls
seem to
aren't
show
very
up.
good.
Yeah.
They're kind of stinky this year.
Yeah, that happens. So, all right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode as we caught you up on what's happening in the sports world here at Shalom Christian Academy. Thanks for joining me, Jack.
Yep.
Coming in early, helping out. A little bit different today. Our main equipment is in the gym for the drama, so we kind of had to improvise, but hopefully it all turned out well. We'll see.
Yep.
So, have a good week. We'll be back on next week.
I see ya.
I see ya. Yeah, we'll do it.